No niin, siitä lähtee. Tervetuloa kuuntelemaan Viking and the Pack podcastia. Sinun juontajasi tänäänkin Janne. All right, here we go. Welcome to the Wild Viking Post podcast. Your host, as usual, is Janne. So today we have podcast number 2, and we have our first guest, Jana Adamso.
Hi.
Jana. So today we are going to talk about color genetics and mostly of Amstafs, because of it's interesting and it can be also complicated. Or what you think?
What? No, genetics. Complicated. What are you even talking about?
Yeah, and also lately there has been a few kind of interesting cases where the color genetics came up, and that is something that we would like to cover with the podcast. So shortly about us, I would say. So we are the people behind the Pure Power Kennel. So we breed American Staffordshire Terriers and Boston Terriers, and basically we also breed Dachshunds. Only
that we have like one male that I bred once upon a time.
Yeah.
He's 4 now almost, yay.
Yeah. So Jana, if you would like to tell us a little bit about yourself, who you are, where you come, and how you get involved with this crazy dog world.
Well, I'm an Estonian girl. Well, girl, I guess. Yeah, whatever. And I've been a massive...
Let me check. Yeah, definitely girl.
Shush, no. I've been a massive dog person before I can even remember, by accounts from my mother, and I learned all about dogs and dog training before I even ever had a dog. My first dog was a German Shepherd. It was a very sick dog when I got 15, and now over 15 years I've been doing my very best to learn everything I can about dogs, dog training. I've had multiple different breeds, Dobermans. I bred Dachshunds under the kennel name of Jäger Vision in Estonia, and now my bred dogs are going on to become awesome hunting dogs. I'm so proud of them. And then I stumbled across this crazy Viking who introduced me to Amstafs, and I've been like, where have you been all my life? I love this breed, and I don't know what's wrong with the person who meets a Boston Terrier and doesn't absolutely fall in love with those.
Yeah, so Jana is also my partner, so we live together and we do this thing together. And she is the science nerd of our family. She knows a lot of things, she reads a lot, and she has a huge information about the different kind of topics. So sorry, just continue.
Geek, and that's about everything. I'm a total behavior geek, and dog color genetics has been something that I've been weirdly interested in since I had my Dobermans. So there is not a lot of different color variations there, but then I got interested, and I guess it was a bonus that their color inheritance involves just a few genes, so I could really get my basics down and then move on to all the rainbow colors of the Dachshunds, and now even more challenging, the Amstafs.
Yeah, okay. So what are we going to do now is most probably we will have a few episodes about this topic, because it's as far as I I've been listening, Jana, now today when we have gone through this plan for the podcast. There is a lot of information, a lot of details, a lot of like advanced level information that Jana can give us. So most probably we're gonna make a few episodes. We'll see how this goes. We also have we try to keep this short as possible. Jana is. Jana loves to talk. She just talks. But that's nice. So 1, 2, 3 episodes. I don't know. We're gonna check. And firstly, you mentioned that different breeds have different kind of genetics. So how that goes with you mentioned Dobermans and Amstaf. How they are different.
Well, Dobermans have basically 4 colors. That is black, liver in Dobermans in English called red, blue, and Isabella. So they're just B and D, black and dilute genes come into play.
So B means black gene and D means dilute gene.
Yes. Mm-hmm. The B series affects if the dog is black or liver. Mm-hmm. And the D, a dilute gene, affects if the dog has full color, black or diluted color blue, or full color liver, or diluted what is called Isabella or lilac. Okay,
so different breeds are different by the gene, by the genotype.
Yes, like Rottweilers only have, they none of the reds or things typically come to play. So
okay, so let's go. We are all interested about Amstafs, American Staffordshire Terriers, and can you explain? Can you list the basic colors that we have in Amstafs?
Oh boy, because the breed standard allows for any color, so it's basically any color that is possible to have in dogs. Black, liver, full color, diluted colored, red, smut, tricolored, black, brindle, masked. I have heard people claim there's recessive red. Well, yet to see one. And different variations of white on the dogs.
Mm-hmm. The one thing that we don't have are these fancy new colors, these Merle, and Merle is not a new color but seen in collies, but we don't have those in Amstaf, right?
Yeah, so far I've yet to see Merle Amstaf, so I haven't included the colors that I don't think are a part of the Amstaf color rainbow.
So when we are talking about the colors we have Amstafs, we have red, we have black, we have brindle, we have tricolor, we have dilutes from these some of the colors. We have different kind of brindles, we have different kind of reds, we have different, if we can say, different kind of blacks. Is that right?
Well, we can say that, but kind of this different kinds of brindles is affected by modifier genes, and we are definitely not going into that. This is why this is the basic color genetics. So how much brindle a dog has on it is not something we are covering anywhere ever.
Yeah. Okay, so let's talk about the main color inheritance. What do you have? Jana, I have several pages of notes here, so I guess we are going to hear some science. But what can you tell about this topic?
Well, first I'd like to define a couple of terms like gene. With gene, pretty much everybody knows what a DNA is, and gene is kind of the instructions that are contained in DNA. Alleles are different variations of the same gene, and they come in pairs, and the puppy gets, that's important folks, puppy gets one from each parent, one from mother, one from father. And loci are their points on the DNA strands. It is noted as numbers, as letters, and they can be in one series, there can be two or more. So puppy gets one from mother, one from father. Now I'm going to talk about dominant genes, which means that the dog needs to have only one of the dominant genes for it to be expressed. And it can be a carrier of something else. And this is in writing, you will see it marked as a capital letter. Recessive means that the dog needs to have two alleles for this trait to be expressed. So if a dog is blue, that means, because it's a recessive trait, dog needs to have both recessive genes in both loci. So
from the father and the mother.
From father and the mother, these traits can be carried, and when it's written down somewhere, it's marked with a lowercase letter. There are things like incomplete or co-dominance, but this is a bit more trickier stuff.
We can maybe talk about those later.
Yeah.
And also we talk, you hear people saying the phenotype and the genotype. The phenotype is what you can see, how the dog looks like. You can see from each dog the phenotype. But the genotype you can also see in some extension, right?
Well, you can see the genotype, you can, like in a liver dog, you can know that in the B series this dog has two recessives, because it's...
But so more when we talk about the genotype, this is more about what is so-called inside the dog, with the different genes from the line or from the parents, the grandparents, everything.
Yeah, and this can be multiple different options. If the dog is red, it can genotypically be different options.
Yes, but the phenotype is what you see, and the genotype is everything else, the genes and
what the dog can kind of carry or pass on.
Yeah. So these two definitions are also often
they're often talked about, but I'm not sure everybody really knows, what they mean.
Yeah.
So, glad you have us. Now, we're gonna go on to the colours.
Yeah, we can talk about the colours and have maybe a few examples, and also cover some other topics. But
just anytime.
Just go ahead.
Stop me. So, first are the series that will affect kind of the dog's nose color as well as the hair color. So these B and D series, you can judge the dog's phenotype by looking what color the dog's nose is. The first I will talk about is B.
And here we use the capital P is the dominant.
Yes.
And lowercase p is recessive.
Yeah. So
and the dog will have two of these pairs, one from each parent, right?
Well, they have a pair, and one of these genes come from mother and one comes from father. Yes. So a B series stands for black. And it makes the difference if the dog is black or liver or red nosed, like we talk about in Amstaf or pit bulls. The red nosed pit bulls, are caused by the B series, and they have 2 recessive B genes.
So lower